What I'm about to tell you today is crazy. Everyone, this isn't your typical gossip. So grab some popcorn. There are secrets, treachery, full-fledged drama, and several surprising turns that made me ask, wait, what? Let's start by discussing how Tasha K simply woke up and decided to use violence once more. This woman never runs out of energy. Really, she is coming for everyone, but Claressa Shields is the one she is targeting this time. The Claressa, indeed. The GWAT herself, an Olympic gold medalist and unbeaten boxing champion. Here's the problem, though. This goes beyond a simple celebrity feud. Tasha is making statements that have the potential to badly damage Claressa's reputation. Wait, till we get into this Papoose scenario. If that chaos wasn't enough for one day, do you recall how we used to view Remy Ma and Papoose as having relationship goals? Yes, according to recent reports, that relationship may be struggling. And another woman is shown in the photo. You all need to hear every detail step by step. So let me begin at the beginning. We'll go over everything as if we were watching a movie. Don't blink. Then something will be missed by you. All right, thus a living legend. Claressa Shields is the type of woman who will stand in front of a camera, declare herself to be the greatest, and then consistently prove it. She has belts and medals and has been on talk programs, in movies, and even in mixed martial arts. Being unstoppable, untouchable, and unabashedly audacious is the foundation of her whole brand. What do you know? People value that. She has earned her place, despite the fact that some people think she is too noisy. However, what occurs if someone like that, who appears to be in control, begins to have their private life thrust into the spotlight? What occurs when someone like Tasha K begins making claims that might seriously harm Claressa? Here is what transpired. Tasha K released one of her notorious I Got the Tea movies a few days ago. You are aware of them. She is grinning as if she already knows she is going to blow up the internet while she sits in her tiny setup with that glass of wine. She then begins discussing Claressa Shields. It's lighthearted at the start, discussing her demeanor, her presence, and how she rules every space she occupies. Then it changes. Though you guys think Claressa's life is all gold medals and endorsements, Tasha adds abruptly as she leans in. She's been swinging more than just her hands, baby, and she's been hiding something. I understand your thoughts now. Tasha, who never stops attempting to cause trouble, is back. However, she had dates when she delivered. She had a schedule. She allegedly even had voice notes. Let's just say that the thing she was implying had nothing to do with boxing. Tasha asserted that people were unaware of the complexity of Claressa's personal life, particularly her romantic circumstances. She said that there was a long-running, covert connection and that Claressa was purportedly seeing someone who is not just discreet but also dedicated. The internet lost it at that point. People began making connections, bringing up images, and reading through previous interviews and tweets. According to some others, Claressa always seemed to be concealing something. Others claimed that Tasha was merely being clumsy once more, as she always does when the number of views is low. But hold on, it gets more complex. Tasha continued after that. She implied that there may have been power dynamics at play and that this mysterious partner was in fact connected to Claressa's commercial activities. The most outrageous portion was when she implied that someone close to Claressa had betrayed her and provided information. That would be treachery. On a whole other level if that were the case. Imagine being at the top of your game and a champion, and someone you trusted is out there giving a gossip blogger access to your personal information. And Claressa hasn't said anything till now. Not a single remark, tweet, or even dubious post. Nothing. Which, in a way, makes things worse, doesn't it? Because wouldn't you just shut it down and say something if it was all lies? Unless it has some truth. Look, I'm not here to accuse Claressa of any wrongdoing. Everybody is free to have a private life. However, if you are a well-known person, particularly one who is recognized for having confidence, dominance, and being the most genuine in the game, The moment the audience senses something is off, it turns into a feeding frenzy. People begin to doubt everything. Was it all a picture? Or was the GWAT indeed that real? Here's what I think now. Claressa doesn't owe the world every single aspect of her life. In my opinion, however, given that people are now watching, Tasha will have to face the consequences if her statements are true, particularly if someone close to her truly sold her out. And let's face it, nothing remains concealed for very long in this day and age of screenshots and receipts. But the Papoose problem suddenly arose just when I felt I had witnessed enough drama for a week. And this one stings. Listen, like in the middle of the chest. You all recall how he used to see Remy Ma and Papoose as the template, don't you? He kept her in check during her incarceration. He was present at every turn, birthdays, anniversaries, interviews, and constantly being at her side while demonstrating love and respect. That was sometimes said to be black love right there. Loyalty is that. However, the streets are now speaking and expressing their opinions. Few Papoose has reportedly been spotted approaching another woman a bit too closely. Not just once, but several times. It's not just fan conjecture. However, images, videos, and even rumors from insiders suggest that this may have been happening for some time. She's being referred to as a side chick. However, if the timeframes are correct, it appears to be a full-on other relationship rather than a side romance. Furthermore, some people believe that this is a lady Remy genuinely knows rather than simply a casual acquaintance. Things start to feel really disorganized at that point, because it's betrayal, a top betrayal if it's someone from their social circle that goes beyond simple infidelity, a stab in the back. That is . And no, before you all say that, Remy has also been silent. Strangely enough, though, she has been acting differently. She is more subdued on social media. Numerous lonesome images and some strange statements. Everybody is reading into it, knowing how these celebrities function. You can also infer that silence typically indicates something going on behind the scenes. Let's take a moment to stop here. Let's consider what is taking place. Remy Ma and Claressa Shields, two influential public figures, may be suffering with betrayal, one by a member of her inner circle, the other by her partner of more than 10 years. Both remain mute. Both are being scrutinized. Everyone is watching. It raises questions about what's actually happening behind these flawless pictures we see. The problem with celebrity is that, although it may appear pleasant on the outside, the clothes, the vehicles, the accolades, the interviews, it can be isolating, disorganized, and chaotic on the inside. And after years of creating this persona, the strong lady, the devoted marriage, the unbeaten champion, any flaw in it makes headlines. Tasha K is aware of this. She is skilled at stirring things up. She is aware that stillness indicates a tale, and regardless of your feelings for her, she nearly always chooses her targets carefully. She doesn't only add names at random. She holds off on lighting the match until tension is already beginning to rise beneath the surface. Therefore, the true question is whether she started the fire this time, or whether she simply exposed an existing one. I simply hope Claressa finds peace if the rumors are accurate. Betrayal hurts deeply, even if someone appears tough on the surface, especially if it comes from someone you trusted. Furthermore, trust is uncommon in this field, as well as Papoose. That will be a difficult fall from grace if what they're claiming is accurate. This goes beyond a rumor or a clumsy headline. This is about a man that is truly appreciated and revered. He was revered for years as the epitome of true love and commitment. He wasn't involved in drama or